Hello, and welcome to I Have a Stain on My Shirt. It's right here. It's paint. Don't worry about it. It's faded paint because I tried to get it out and it didn't come out. These weren't painting pants either, but now they're painting pants. Don't try to paint with pants that you like. Hello, why am I so vibrant in color there? Okay, now I'm like sort of normal. Okay, what about this? Oh man, I am really off on colors. Wow. I don't know, I was just looking at the different the different colors of the different monitors, because I have three. My mics are over here today because I recorded. You can see both of them. Oh man, I should actually get started into the video. Okay, so, welcome to the return of the notebook. I hit my elbow when I was trying to put up a blanket that fell down. It hurts. Why am I laggy? Am I laggy to anyone? Seem laggy. That's okay. I don't need that for this episode. The return of the notebook. So today is just talking about a dream I had. And it's kind of weird. But this is... I'm eating my lip again. Oh my gosh, this is such a terrible video. Today's video is about a dream that I had, and this dream that I had was kind of interesting. It started out with, it was like, Survival is Land. Adventure is Land. Survival Land. What am I even saying? Okay, basically it was like survival island stuff. So like you're on a survival island and you have to survive with a group of people. So that's what it started out as. And then so I was on a team with a group of people, and some other people like were on a different team and a different group of people, and we were on this island and we had to survive, and that was about it. So we stayed there. And there was like a variety of different people, like in different ages and stuff. And yeah, it was pretty fun. And it went from that, and it kind of morphed into, this was my raid group for like raiding bosses in a game that I don't know what game it was, because it was like World of Warcraft raids or RuneScape raids, but then it was with Dark Souls bosses, and so there were like a bunch of Dark Souls bosses and stuff that were like fighting me, and I was like, oh my gosh, and like my whole team like died, and then like we were revived and had to like fight them again, and we like strategically survived and stuff. And apparently before this, which I didn't know about until this point, which is why I'm only putting it into this point now, is that we had a time limit. But we had a time limit to save the whole world. Because apparently the world split into parallel universes. So we basically made it through like a couple of the bosses, right? We got good at it. We went through a couple of them. My nose is itchy. Yeah. So we went through a couple of the bosses and stuff, and then we got ahead. And then like my group was like on the beach. We were like on the beach of the island, and then apparently they were like, oh, forget about the whole timer thing and the parallel universe breakage up in things if we don't do it in time, because apparently if you didn't do it in time, it split into parallel universes. Like, we're just gonna have like a naked beach party. And so everybody just started working, and I'm like sitting there, I'm like, oh my god, guys, we gotta start working, or we're gonna die. And then everybody was like, nah, fuck you, man, we're having a naked beach party. And I was like, oh my gosh, no. And then like the sun's starting to go down, and like as the sun's setting, like it splits into parallel universes, which like basically looks like you can have like a parallel universe on your left and a parallel universe on your right. And like from the back you're like being pushed through, and so you gotta like go through both of them. Like you have to like choose, you have to go through like one of them or the other one. You can't go through both. So basically what everybody did was like they're having this naked beach party, and then they decided, okay, fuck it, we're gonna have half of us go through one and half of us go through the other one. And then so we're about to do that, like, and as we were doing that, like the 5 bosses guys from before like came back all at once, but they were like decked out in like armor and stuff, but it was like Tron armor, so it had like blue strips and shit, and like dark like helmets and fucking shit, and like so they all looked like dope as fuck. And they're all like chasing us down, and we're like have to fight them, but we have to also get through the portals. And we're like, fuck it, just go through the portals. So we ended up going through the portals, and then like all the bosses went through the other one, and like I was there with like half my team, or what I thought was half my team. And then like they all went ahead because they're like, we're like way on time because the stupid parallel universe thing happened. So they're just like jumping ahead, and then I'm like trying to help this old guy whose name was like Tim. It was like Tim or Jim. I think it was Jim. So anyways, this old guy who's like can't walk, and like we were like getting pushed through because we're getting pushed into like the parallel universe. And the farther you go up, right, so like imagine it like a timeline, right? Well, the parallel universes, the 2 tunnels are like always going parallel together, but like then there's one thing cutting them apart, but at the very end of it they link, so you can have 2 of them. So there's like 2 pipelines that link if you get close enough to the end. So like we just went through a little bit, and like it's still coming up on us, which is like still splitting the universes and stuff. And so we're like, I'm like, Jim, whatever his name was, we gotta go. And he's like, no man, I was jamming too hard at the naked beach party, I can't make it, I'm gonna die here. And I'm like, no Jim, and he wasn't naked, by the way. I was like, no Jim, you can't do this. And he had like suspenders, like, and like fucking plaid jacket and stuff, and he was like, no, it's time for me to die, it's over, Jonas, here, take this something or other. And I was like, but I don't want your something or other. And he's like, just take it. I'm like, no. And so I took it, and that's pretty much where my dream ends. I was sad because Jim ended up dying, which I don't know who Jim was, but anyway, so the point of this wasn't really the dream, even though the dream was kind of interesting and shit. The point of this is to ask how dreams relate to real life, okay? Because like people always think of like dreams as like signs, like, oh, you're falling to an endless pit, which means in your dream, which means like, oh, you're struggling with something in real life or whatever, and you just can't get over this fact or whatever. And it's like, bro, it's a fucking dream. Like, do you think your body decides to make things harder for you to understand so that you have to consciously interpret? No, it's not. No, it's not what it does, in my opinion. So like, it was just like a bunch of random stuff like in my life that created that dream, which, like, I was like playing RuneScape, and I was playing Dark Souls, which created the raids and created the bosses, And then like the teams and stuff, like I have no fucking clue. You could just like whatever, throw them in there, like survival island. I don't fucking know. Just throw them in there, like parallel universes. I don't know. Just throw them in there, and you know, like it doesn't have to have a reason. It's just like something like you're thinking about can happen. Like you can have something you're thinking about be a dream, or you can have something like you're not thinking about just like show up randomly. Like, hey, I'm back. But you don't have like your body explain to you like, look at all these fucking problems you have in real life, man. Fix it. Your body doesn't do that. It's just like, it's just having a dream, you know? There's no like divine person like trying to be like, I'm gonna explain to you in the hardest way possible that you should change your life. That just doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, it was just like, it was weird. I had another dream that I was gonna read out of, boom, my other notebook. But I don't know if I really want to now, because we don't really have very much time. If I just read it as like a regular video, it wouldn't be a rambling video. But so I could probably do that later on. Gosh, I keep hiccuping. But yeah, so I guess the moral of the story, if I'm trying to talk to myself subconsciously, which doesn't make any fucking sense at all, I'm trying to tell myself don't party at naked beach parties, and old men are gonna die around you. Like divine beings, man. They really, my subconscious, I guess, like really is meaningful and impactful in my life. I'm going to take those 2 life lessons and go run a marathon now, because I have inspiration. Anyway, that's all I have. I didn't really plan too much about what I was going to do in this video. I literally just started recording, and then realized I was like picking something out of my teeth, and was like, ah, crap, gotta start talking. So I don't know, if you appreciate me being here and telling you all this random, stupid, useless information, then please leave a like. And if you didn't, well, explain what you want me to do other than talk about myself, because I'm still going to talk about myself, but I can do stuff other than talk about myself. Okay, bye.